SAS was introduced in 2001 for corporation, in 2004 for individual to create a more knowledge-driven tax system, shift the responsibility of tax assessment from the government to taxpayer, requiring them to self-declare their income, expenses and tax liability based on their understanding of tax law. Now let's focus on objective of SAS. The first one is support economic resources mobilization by ensuring fair tax collection and wealth distribution. Next is promotes voluntary compliance and reduce the administrative burden on tax authorities. Furthermore, enabling taxpayer to access update tax regulation and streamline their tax submission. And the last one is increasing the knowledge of the taxpayer in understanding the tax law. Balanced tax ecosystem is a system where both taxpayer and the government have role to ensure fairness. First, let's look at the responsibility of taxpayer. Taxpayer must declare all income, create eligible deduction, and calculate their tax liability accurately. Tax contribute to public service like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The government play a key role in maintaining a balanced tax ecosystem. The first one is to ensure taxpayer receive accurate and updated tax information based on SOP, conducting tax audit and investigate to ensure compliance, preventing tax evasion, and ensuring fairness in the system. Developing electronic tax filing system to improve efficiency, organize public service awareness campaign, workshop, and guidance program enforcing a transparent, efficiency, and self-regulate tax system to promote voluntary compliance. A strong tax ecosystem is based on collaboration between taxpayer and the government. When taxpayers comply willingly, the government can ensure fairness and accuracy through proper guidance and reinforcement. Malaysia's approach to tax compliance is similar to Japan National Tax Agency (NTA) model. Japan emphasizes education, voluntary compliance, and target enforcement rather than punitive measure. This model built to trust between taxpayer and tax authorities, leading to higher compliance rate.
Now, I will discuss the key challenges in implementing the self-assessment system (SIS) in Malaysia and potential solution. Despite the improvement in tax compliance strategy, Malaysia still faces significant tax evasion. High-income individuals, as revealed in cases like the Pandora Papers, continue to exploit loopholes to reduce their tax obligation. Additionally, the SAS model relies heavily on voluntary compliance, making it vulnerable to income underreporting and exit rate deduction. Weak enforcement mechanism further contribute to tax evasion, allowing taxpayers to manipulate the system. Another major challenge is public trust. Some taxpayers avoid paying tax due to corruption and fund mismanagement in government spending. When people believe their tax contributions are not used effectively, their willingness to comply decreases. These challenges, the article applies deterrence theory, which explains taxpayer behavior based on risk and reward. If the financial benefit of evasion outweigh the risk of penalties, some individuals will choose to evade tax. Stronger enforcement through audit and penalties can discourage evasion, but it also increases the government costs. On the other hand, weak enforcement only encourages more tax evasion, further eroding trust in the system. A key recommendation from the article is shifting from tax planning to tax rationalization. While tax planning focuses on legal strategies to minimize tax liability, tax rationalization ensures that tax strategies align with the genuine economic activities rather than just reducing tax payment. To achieve this, the government must strengthen anti-avoidance law. The Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia (IRBM) could enforce Section 140 of the Income Tax Act 1967 more aggressively to prevent excessive tax avoidance. This aligns with the global trend where many countries are tightening tax loopholes to promote the fair tax system.
Strength of SAS. One of the key strengths of SAS is well-structured and logical flow. It clearly outlines tax responsibility and provides a framework that helps taxpayers understand their obligation. Next, the SAS successfully integrates economic theory with compliance model, helping to predict taxpayer behavior and improve a compliance strategy. Deterrence theory explains that while tax avoidance generally encourages compliance, it can sometimes lead to strategic non-compliance if taxpayers believe they can avoid detection. The SAS is also backed up its statement with intensive research. It ties taxation issue to broader physiological and economic ideas, helping to establish a deeper understanding of how tax systems work in practice. Lastly, the SAS emphasizes the need for expert guidance. Businesses and individuals are encouraged to seek professional advice to ensure compliance and avoid penalties. Of SAS. One major weakness of SAS is the lack of Malaysia-specific data and case study. For Malaysian taxpayer, having localized example would make complaints easier and more relevant. Another issue with SAS is only dependence on theoretical model may make it difficult to understand for reader with no prior knowledge of finance or taxation. A more balanced approach combines theory with practical, easy to understand example would make the information more appealing to non-experts. Next, the SAS currently lack visual aid, making it less engaged for taxpayer. Visual elements such as graph, follow chart, and infographic. For example, graph illustrating tax complaints trend in Malaysia while flowchart explaining the SAS process, and diagram of the auto complaints model could make the system more user-friendly. Lastly, the SAS does not provide specific recommendation for policymakers. Clear guidance on how to improve complaints framework will make the system more effective in influencing tax policy.
Based on our analysis, we have outlined 4 key recommendations to enhance tax compliance and improve the system. The first one is make tax evasion risky, increase audits, impose stricter penalties, and ensure real consequences. Second, show why taxes matter. Educate the public on how taxes fund essential services like roads, schools, and hospitals. Third, encourage ethical tax planning. Provide guidance on legal tax saving strategies. Fourth, leverage technology. Use AI and big data to detect tax fraud more efficiently. To wrap up, here are the key takeaways. The first one is knowing the rules doesn't always mean following them. Awareness alone is not enough. Many taxpayers understand the regulation but still look for loopholes. Second, the self-assessment system hasn't solved everything. While SAS simplifies tax filing, it doesn't fully prevent misreporting or evasions. Third, people care more about risks and rewards. Taxpayers weigh the risk of getting caught against the rewards of evasions. A stricter enforcement approach can shift this balance. Fourth, the government needs to do more than just educate. Education is crucial, but must be complemented with enforcement, incentive for compliance, and technological advancements. With this step, we can create a more efficient and fair tax system. Thank you for your attention.